So this is a very simple exercise for body awareness, and it's suitable probably for anyone. There's no real flexibility limitations. All it requires you to do is lengthen your toes, your fingers, and your spine. So it's something that you could do while sitting in a chair at the office. If you've got shoes on, it might be a little bit more difficult to spread your toes, so if you can, take your shoes off. You can do it while sitting down, and I'll demonstrate two sitting modes. One, the basic position will be with the legs straight, starting with your hands on the floor. If this is uncomfortable, do it in a chair, or you could sit with your back against a wall, so it's a little bit more comfortable. Then you can lengthen your toes, lengthen your fingers, make your spine feel long that way. You can do it upright, and you could also do it whilst in a seated forward bend. At least that's what I'll go over in this video. Now, to begin with, sit. So I'll talk you through it. Once you get the general idea, you can do it you can experiment with it in different positions, but I'll talk you through it while sitting in staff pose so sitting upright with legs straight in front of you. Your feet can be about hip width, shoulder width apart. Focus on your feet, and rather than doing both feet at the same time, so that you can focus, so it's easier to feel your feet, focus on one foot at a time. So mirroring you, start with your left foot, spread the toes. If you can't spread them, don't worry about that too much. Then try to make your toes feel long, and then relax. And rather than suddenly lengthening and suddenly relaxing, try to slowly lengthen your toes, make them feel long, spread them apart. You can roll your thigh in and out slightly, see if that helps. But notice the feeling in your foot as you make your toes feel long. Then relax, make the toes feel long, and then relax. Now, same time, do the same side hand. So lengthen the toes of the left foot, then try to lengthen the fingers of your left hand. And while doing that, you can change the shape of your palm, with the idea being that your fingers feel long, but also it feels like your fingers are radiating out from the root of the palm. So you're making your fingers feel long all the way down to here. So it may require some playing around with palm positioning. Relax. So make your toes feel long, make your fingers feel long, adjust, and then relax, and then do the other side. So toes long. And one reason for doing this is that you may find one foot feels different from the other, so try to adjust it so that it feels like the other side. Relax, lengthen your toes, spread them out. And you may find that you feel like you're pushing forward for the inside edge of the front of the foot. Relax, spread your toes, relax, and then at the fingers, spread the toes, lengthen the fingers, relax, spread the toes, lengthen the fingers, relax. And then you could do both at the same time. So spread the toes, spread the fingers, both sides at the same time. Relax, spread the toes, spread the fingers, relax. Now with the spine, generally I like to lengthen the spine when I'm teaching spine lengthening, to focus on teaching it a bit at a time. So feel your sacrum and lumbar spine. Try to make those feel long. Then feel your thoracic spine, that's the part that the ribs attach to. Make your thoracic spine feel long, and then your cervical spine, try to make that feel long. Now, one difference here is, rather than, one main difference is to focus on the sides of the spine. So focusing on the left side of the spine, try to make the left side of your spine feel long. So sort of about an inch or two to the side of the center line. Relax. Make the left side of your spine feel long, so the sacrum, lumbar, thoracic, cervical. Relax. Left side of your spine feel long. Relax. And then the right side spine long. Relax. Make the right side of your spine feel long. So I'm focusing on the back of my body and the back of my spine. Relax. And you do that a few times. You can practice that sitting down, and whenever you have a chance, even while standing up, try lengthening one side, try lengthening the other, then try lengthening both sides. Try to make both sides feel the same. Now back to staff pose. So let's start with this left side, toes long, fingers long, left side of the spine long. Relax. Toes long, toes long, fingers long, left side of the spine long. So again, slowly lengthen. So sacrum and lumbar, thoracic, cervical, relax. Toes, fingers, spine, relax. And it may take some practice, but the beauty of this is that once you understand the exercise, you can practice it anytime you choose. So right side, toes, fingers, spine, relax, toes, fingers, spine, relax, toes, fingers, spine, relax. And then you can do both sides at the same time, toes, fingers, spine, relax, toes, fingers, spine, relax. And if you want to change the order of sequencing, that's fine. You could do toes and then spine, then fingers, fingers, spine, and then toes. Change it, play around with it, but most importantly, focus on lengthening your toes, your fingers, and your spine. You could even do them all simultaneously, fingers, toes, and spine together, so it can feel like an inhale, and then relax. So next, so you can do the same thing while bending forward. If your forward bend is limited, just focus on doing it while sitting upright. Rather than trying to force yourself into a forward bend, focus on creating length. So in a forward bend, more or less the same thing. You could do one side at a time or both sides. So lengthen your toes. I'll talk you through both sides. You can do one side in your own time. Lengthen the fingers, and then to lengthen the fingers while they're on the floor, you may need to cup the hands. Try to relax your hands and then make your fingers long, and then lengthen the spine. Rather than looking forward, look down. You may need to pull your chin towards your collarbone to make your cervical spine feel long. Relax. So here again, toes, fingers. So I'm actually on the floor, I'm actually adjusting the rotation of my palms so that my fingers feel long, but also my wrists feel comfortable. Then lumbar spine. You may find with lumbar spine it helps to draw your belly in towards your spine. Thoracic spine, so lumbar spine and sacrum. So as well as drawing the belly in, draw the lower belly in so it's easier to feel the sacrum. Thoracic spine and cervical spine, while keeping fingers and toes long. Relax. Toes long, fingers long, spine long, and relax. And I would suggest doing it one side at a time while in the forward bend, just because you may notice some differences in sensation. Even so, sitting upright, you may notice difference in sensation between the sides. Bending forward, you may notice differences in sensation also. So perhaps start off with one side at a time, lengthening while in the forward bend, then the other side, then work at doing both sides. And even if you can't make both sides feel exactly the same, play around with it, do experiment, do focus on feeling your body, noticing the differences in sensation as you change. You make slight adjustments to the way that you do the action. You know, if it's lengthening the toes, maybe turn your foot slightly out or in, or maybe you bend it forward or back a little bit, or maybe you notice or focus on the tension just below the knee joint. With the fingers, you may notice that you can turn your palm one way or the other. You can even rotate your arm relative to your palm to make the sensations even in the fingers, and then elsewhere in the body. That's it for now. So hopefully that's one simple exercise you can practice to bring body awareness. One advantage of lengthening, particularly fingers and toes, is you could think of this as creating a foundation for the muscles. So lengthening the fingers, that creates a foundation for muscles that extend into the forearm and thus from there up into the shoulder. Lengthening the toes, you give a foundation for muscles that extend into the lower leg, and from there you may find it's a little bit easier to control your hips and your knees. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Just trying to lengthen out there. Namaste.